score Pregame and Brett Kennedy first opening game later on. And that was that team. It wasn't a surprise. It was shocking, but it wasn't a surprise. Can't always be slow and easy. Video himself masturbating and then masturbate to that video. The naughty is the other guy I know that loves himself that much that he would video himself wanking and then watch that back and wank to that. That makes sense.
Welcome to the BLG live stream match of the week here coming to you from the Gawler Oval between Gawler Central and Willaston, two cross-town rivals. Should be a really interesting game today. In commentary today with me, I've got Gawler Central star Ross Grady. Ross, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks Mike. Thanks for having me today. It's a pearler of a day for it today, isn't it?
Yeah, not much wind, a little bit of cloud cover. It's cold, but good footy conditions. We should see a lot of highly skilled football out there today.
Yeah, lovely day for it, mate.
And which players are you particularly looking forward to seeing something special from today?
Jake Asher, hopefully winding back the clock a little bit here today. And obviously Zach Henschke's 100th game today, so that'll be...
For Willaston, Zach Henschke, youngster, Well done.
And they got a young fellow, Jordan Cozzano, the debutant today, so it'll be good to see what he can offer.
A couple of important games for Willaston players today, but yes, Jake Asher, one of the best defenders this competition's ever seen, and making his return to the A grade last week with a number of players missing for Gawler Central through injury and COVID.
Yes. I'm not sure if Michael Housen's playing today, but...
he's listed as not playing.
That would have been a good matchup if he was today.
That would have been a great matchup, although Houso would have had him for speed.
Houso, the teddy bear of the BLG, they call him. He's a big cuddly boy, a little cuddly boy.
Be very careful. He will line up on you in the near future. But yeah, there's going to be some really interesting things on. Looking forward to seeing if Jamie Wegner can continue his recent form. You know, he's going from a fringe player to being a star, so it's really good to see if he can keep that up.
Yeah. See how he goes. He's obviously still a bit over in the weight category.
And yes, we do encourage sledging here, so that's quite all right. Jamie does deserve it. But it was later parts of the reserves game here. It's been quite a good high-quality game. Currently, Gawler Central leading 10-6 to 8-5. Always a tough rivalry between these two teams in the reserves.
Yeah, no shortage of fights or hard tackles today.
We've seen a couple of those, and yes, in the A grade, I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit of passion out there. There will be niggle at times. These two teams are going to get it on because they don't get along.
Yeah, I think it's paying about $1.01, almost market suspended for a fight to happen today.
That's interesting odds coming to you from Ross Bet. I'm not sure my app will actually give me a chance to put money on that, but we'll see.
And I will not pay out.
Only your teammates. But yes, so beautiful weather here. If you are in the Gawler area today and you've got nothing better to do, forget the AFL. The rules are too frustrating. The game's almost unwatchable at times. Come down to Gawler Oval. There's some great food. The bar's open. And you'll get a good atmosphere and a high-quality game of football. If you want to come and join some of these characters in the crowd, you'll learn a bit. As we see the reserves, it's really been a tight, congested battle. A lot of desperation play in the defence.
Yeah, it's been a good matchup today. Obviously a few stars up forward for Gawler Central with the inclusion of Matt Knight down there. And as we see him actually waving his hand around wildly right now, and that's probably the most work he's done all day.
That's probably an accurate call, star, because technically a moon is a star. But yes, he definitely gives the Tigers a focal point and somewhere to direct their energy.
As he's just taken a mark in the about 30 out directly in front, and Knighty will go back for a set shot.
It's a very good kick on his left foot.
He is a very accurate kick, and he's surprisingly fast, but he doesn't stop too well.
No, that's a really good call. I've seen super tankers stop more suddenly and turn better. Here he comes. He's got onto that beautifully, and yes, he's getting his teammates to get around him. Very happy with his efforts. Nothing new there. But yeah, that extends Gawler Central's lead a little bit more, so I reckon they might have this game in the bag.
Yeah, I don't want to call it too early, but it is looking quite positive for the Tigers at the moment.
Definitely, and so Gawler Central Footy Club, you've got a few players out at the moment, including yourself. What are we seeing behind the scenes? We've got some young players starting to develop nicely.
Yeah, we got a few young fellas coming through. Nate Oldman playing today, he's quite young. Be good to see what he can contribute. Jared Jenner, also quite a young player. Blake Marsden, an absolute star in the making. He's put in quite a bit of work over the off-season, and it's paying off this year.
He's been very impressive so far in 2022. But that's the end of the reserves, so Gawler Central running out winners by 3-goal, 11-6 to 8-5. And players shaking hands, even though they probably don't like each other that much, so it's just a sign of respect. But we're expecting big things in the A grade, even though Willaston and Gawler Central are probably different ends of the table at the moment. Gawler Central having a down year. Willaston are a bit vulnerable. They've got a lot of key personnel out this week, even though they've got some big inclusions. Really looking forward to the ruck battle. The sheer size and class of Kurt Sizer coming up against young Joe Botten, who I think is one of the most impressive young ruckmen in the competition.
Yeah, Bots always puts in 100%. You'll never catch him not putting a good effort in. He's always comes off the field giving everything, and he's one of the stars of the competition, really.
I couldn't agree with that more. I think he's fantastic. And yeah, his ability to ruck almost solely all day is becoming a rare thing these days. The league's gone away from one off ruckman and generally having 2 or 3 decent backups who can go in there and relieve for 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah, Gawler Central struggling a little bit for height this year, I'd say. So Bots having to do most of the work, and especially with Alex Robertson out at the moment. Hopefully he's resting up well. He's in hospital at the moment. Our thoughts are with him.
And key personnel out, you're still missing the likes of Brad Mercer and Charlie Molyneux, 2 of the Rolls Royces of the competition. Last week they were pretty good on the fence, on the lip, giving advice to a couple of South Gawler players having shots on goal. Are they typically like that at training?
Yes. Mercer forever has noises coming out of his mouth. I'm not really sure what he's saying half the time, but he's no shortage of a good sledge.
No, just it's a beautiful thing at times. He almost got votes last week. He was that impressive.
Yes, he's brilliant with a terrible dad joke as well. If you can see him around the competition, then say g'day to him and he'll say a terrible joke back to you.
Yeah, so we see the reserves just starting to filter off the ground now as the A-grade teams, well, Willaston have made their way out onto the ground already. Gawler Central just about to come out now. Tigers about to make their way under the ground, so going to be a really interesting contest today. I'm actually looking forward to this game. Probably it's not something you'd consider a marquee matchup, but the crosstown rivalry elevates this game massively.
Yeah, Willaston coming off a few losses, and especially the one against Freeling is a big knock to them. So it'd be interesting to see how both teams come back today, especially after the efforts at South last week.
Willaston need to send a statement that they are still considered a contender because they've become something of an afterthought in recent weeks, and they desperately want to avoid that. They've got a massive game at home against South Gawler next week. They've got to be up for that. So a win here today would go a long way towards giving them confidence heading into that clash. Probably one of the things I can see playing into this matchup is neither team is blessed with a lot of height. So there's no advantage either way. Gawler Central probably slightly smaller across the board. Willaston have got those couple of players in Sizer and Jamie Williams who are just massive, but across the board probably a really good matchup height-wise. Fitness will be a key. If it's close in the fourth quarter, I think Gawler Central probably have the slight edge in the fitness area.
Yeah, we'll see how we go today. Inclusion of Blake Lane, who looks like he's just come back from Biggest Loser, wearing a spray-on jersey today. Yeah, he slows us down dramatically, and also Jamie Wegner, who I'm not sure the last time he ran over 20 metres.
I've seen him do it, but those inflatable biceps keep the weight down.
Yes, rumours of him pumping oil into his biceps are circulating.
Probably, I think they're nice and shiny. I think that's just for looks. Team's just going through their warm-ups now. Really starting to build here. Crowd probably not as big as it could be, but it is pretty cold here at Gawler Central. Should be, I think it's going to be an action-packed game right from the start. I can't really confidently predict. Willaston on paper should win, but I think Gawler Centrals are really going to take it up to them today. I thought Gawler Central started beautifully at South Gawler last week and really put the Lions under pressure. If they can do that again, they're a chance.
Yeah, it'll be a good game today. I'm going to tip the Tigers because I have to, but I think we'll be in for a ripper game today.
I'm probably leaning towards Willaston, but I think that the Tigers can put up a serious fight, and if they can start well in the first quarter, it's game on.
Yeah, this game will be really won and lost in the midfield today, so wouldn't be bad to see maybe Brad Pilkington turn one on. We've seen him have won back the clock with one game this year and really made a huge difference. So
Has been having a strong season.
Yes, he's still working that weight down, but he's definitely still got those Central District talents inside of him, so hopefully we can see that today.
And who have we got in your supporting cast over your right shoulder today? The team cheering you on?
Yes, no one worth mentioning actually.
No, I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to mention them because they will be prominent.
Yes, we've got Blake Penner and Brandon Swan who will be fetching my drinks today.
It's good that you've got a team behind you. It's all about teamwork.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you got to work in teams when you're trying to rob the bar.
And who better to do it? Yes, so umpires just starting to get themselves ready. And field umpires today, we've got Randall Murch, the king of the Falcon. And joining him blowing the whistle today, we have Jake Herman. But yes, Randall Murch a couple of weeks ago at Kapunda had one of the best Falcons I've seen in a long, long time. He'll be keen to avoid that today. I think his head will be on a swivel.
Yeah, it's got quite the bobblehead going on today, so see if the ball can avoid it.
Yes, picked up a lot of views on Facebook, that little video of him taking the ball from Jai McKenzie straight to the face from about 5 metres. Quite a bit of noise from the Gawler Central group as they go through their last minute warm-ups at the moment. I think they look like they're up and ready to go. Probably a good similarity to last week. They were very animated in the warm-up. Dating apps can be quiet today. So in terms of an injury list at Gawler Central, what have we got at the moment? Just run a few off for us and let some people know why Gawler Central aren't quite the force this year.
Well, where do you start other than Charlie Molyneux?
Best player in the competition, and him being out has hurt massively.
Oh yes, you take the engine out of any team, they're going to struggle. And Brad Mercer also, I believe he's just had a knee clean out, maybe something along those lines, so he's not playing.
I can confirm that for you. I'm outside the club, so.
And also myself, I'm out for maybe the rest of the year, foreseeable future.
And that's a massive loss to the defensive unit of the Tigers, although defensively they stood up quite well last week against South, but eventually got overrun by the sheer numbers of Lions that run forward.
Oh yes, the loss of Brad Mercer and myself definitely hurts the ego of the team.
And although ego is something probably the team's not shy of, they've definitely got some personalities out there, and I love that in footy. That's what makes country footy what it is. A couple of the personalities, like Jamie Wegner, Captain Fringe, as we like to call him.
Yeah, Captain Fringe. Yeah, look, we see Jars walking down right now, looking like he's just robbed a salvos, and decided to wear it to the game today.
It's definitely an interesting style.
Yes, he's really loving the country vibes at the moment, I think, and he's rocking the speed dealers as usual.
And yes, that's just another person thrown under the bus by Ross Grady. As we see the ball up now, both ruckmen go at it, and come down, we'll have a ball up in the same spot. So umpire Merch to restart. Bottom gets the tap. And we see a great take from the Gawler Central midfielder, just bashes the ball forward. Well cut off. A lot of desperation going on here early. Players throwing themselves at the footy. Quick kick forward for the Tigers. Spoiled down. Wilson defender takes the ball. He's smashed to the ground in a tackle. So we'll have a ball up probably 15, 20 metres out from Gawler Central's goal, directly in front.
Yeah, nice early clearance from Brad Pilkington there. That's what we were talking about before, just able to wind back the clock a bit.
And a snap kick on the left. Flies through for a point. Gawler Central first blood on the scoreboard. And this is the pressure that the Tigers brought last week early, and South Gawler just didn't know what hit them.
Yes, hopefully they can sustain the pressure this week. That offensive pressure from small, fast forward line, really dangerous.
Kyle Worst playing as a forward has really changed the dynamic of the Gawler Central side, I think.
Yes, the thick John Platten of the BLG, we call him. Little rat.
He's got the hair helmet.
He does love the hair helmet.
Kick forward for for Willaston. Just unable to complete the mark there. Free kick given away. So Gawler Central centre half back, they're going to look to move the ball. Brad Mitchell kicking long. Ball bounces into space. Kyle Worst looming, unable to get Ash Fry there. He wraps the player up. Ash Fry, the ginger ninja from Willaston. That's beautiful work at the contest.
Brad Pilkington again.
Brad Pilkington hit the pack at speed. It's impossible to stop when you've got a player running through with confidence like that. And ball comes flying into the goal square.
Lovely.
That's a beautiful mark taken. Didn't know it was coming.
I think that's none other than maybe Jamie Wegner there.
The biceps.
The bicep king.
I'm still not sure they're inflatable. I wouldn't want to prick him with a needle.
I believe he's actually got a mirror in his back pocket so that he's able to look at himself after he kicks his goal.
Is that for the hair or the biceps? Just adjusting the shorts as he goes back. Puts it through for the simplest of goals. That's the first goal of the game to Gawler Central. That goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. So Gawler Central bringing the pressure early. It's what we like to see. And I think that stemmed from Pilkington at the stoppage, just hitting it at speed. He backed himself to win the ball. See the ball up again. Bottom probably out. Ruck there. Ball bounces out. Gawler Central player with a handball. Willaston now cleaning up through Wildhooter. Kicks long down the boundary. Finds a player. He went to handball, decided not to. He's wrapped up in a tackle and holding the ball. That's brilliant defensive work.
It's good to see Waldhutter out there running around today after I saw him buy 5 dog rolls at the Hewitt Bakery yesterday. It was quite the impressive haul.
So Gawler Central still putting on the pressure. And that tackle, very hard to bring Waldhooter down. He's a raging bull. As Willaston now moving the ball down this near side. Beautiful pass and mark taken.
Zach Henschke there, 100th gamer.
He's a smooth mover on the wing, Zach Henschke. So Lockie Elliott in the forward line as the key target. Oh, Gawler Central player slid over. That was Wegner again. He's at both ends, doing it everywhere.
That's brilliant. He's actually a roller skater by hobby, so it's good to see that he brought him out to the footy field.
Shot on goal and probably a really poor miss in the end from Willaston. Had very little pressure, but that was fantastic from Wegner. Surely that's got to be a fine.
Absolutely. Bringing the roller skates out to the footy game, it's not on at all.
No. Gawler Central coming straight up the middle now, playing aggressive. Player got Botten getting 2 hands to it, unable to bring it down. So we'll have a ball up almost in the centre circle. Willaston with the tap. Player tackled immediately. No room to move for the Willaston Donnybrooks. Neither ruckman able to get the advantage there, but Pilkington with a massive bear hug tackle. Gawler Central running through. That's beautiful play. It's out into the open, and Wegner, once again, he's everywhere. He's taken down in a tackle. Umpire says that he'll have the ball. It'll be a ball up, but Wegner, he's just dominating the game so far.
Yes, he's everywhere, and it's quite impressive. I'm guessing he's got some sort of teleportation device out there, because I've never seen him run this much in my life.
And Wegner was on the end of that tap. Unfortunately, a free kick going Willaston's way against Botten, I believe. But Wegner was out there and would have had a kick straight to the goal square. Willaston coming down the near side once again.
Brilliant cut-off by Bots there.
Botten really standing tall at the moment.
Such a hard runner.
It's
everywhere.
A big up and under kick. Very much of ruck style. Wegner at the bottom of this contest again. Crumbed it beautifully, but he's spoiled. Ball ricochets out. Sean Maher now with a big soccer off the ground. Ball bouncing around the Tigers' forward line. Good handball there. Jamie Wegner, I believe, with another shot on goal. Just tackled as he kicked it, so it's offline. I think we can forget everyone else's name and just talk about Wegs.
Yes, we could talk about him all day.
A lot of people do.
Yeah. We don't really want to, though.
See Gawler Central setting up their zone. Ash Friday in the kick-in duties for Willaston. Comes down the near side, right deep on the boundary, finds his target. Brodie Cormack, who's a solid player in the Willaston side.
Yeah, Brodie Cormack, he's been a good young player for him, and he really peaked young, so it's good to see that he's still keeping an average.
Quick, probably 7-metre kick paid as a mark to Ash Fry. He comes down the boundary, finds a teammate.
Yeah, Hudson Cole rocking the number 71 out there. Odd choice.
Not often you see a 71.
No.
He comes long down the boundary. Botten sets himself under it, unable to take it. Beautifully crumbed off the pack though. Brad Mitchell with the kick around the corner. Taken by Willaston. He bites off a kick into the middle of the ground, unable to hit his target. So Gawler Central trying to regather the footy now. See beautiful desperation work there. Mitchell was throwing himself onto the footy.
Yeah, Brad Mitchell been everywhere so far as well. It's brilliant off the halfback.
Botten just stands his ground, gets the tap. Botten with the tap down again. Willaston almost able to clear. He was being held onto after he got rid of the footy, or after he dropped the footy, to be accurate. So free kick going Willaston's way. This will be their first decent shot on goal. Harrison McKenzie. This distance could test him. He'll be kicking from just inside the 50-metre arc. No wind to speak of. Keeps it nice and low, but drifts off to the right for a minor score.
Yeah, never looked like it was going to go in. He got far too close to the man on the mark, and Corey Smith there.
Oh, it's a terrible kick in there. Just fell short of the player he was kicking to. Ball in the middle of the ground. Wegner threw himself at it. Bounced off the Willaston player.
Nice little kick from young Blakey Marston there. And there he is again. It's everywhere.
Good aerial work from the Tigers. Comes unstuck. Players throwing themselves in now. Alex Starkey. He's been impressive at times this season. Beautiful tap down from Botten. That left foot outside of the boot kick. Off target. Finds a Willaston defender.
Touched by Blake Lane there, and as I mentioned before, it's good to get him back from his recent trials at the Biggest Loser.
Willaston with a forward kick. Well chopped off. Unable to mark, but at least he's forced a contest there. That's beautiful defensive work. Michael McInerney threw himself at that contest. Oh, that's powerful tackling from Botten. He's really imposing himself on this game early. He's setting the tone and just demanding that his teammates follow.
Yeah, nothing unusual from him there. He's always the one to set the tone.
Another tap from Botten. Really doesn't go to advantage. Henschke now grabs the ball, runs out of the contest. Kicking forward. Gawler Central looking to clean up now. Beautiful chase down and tackle from Willaston. Gawler Central moving the ball down the outer side. They've found a target. He goes forward into the pocket. Free kick being paid here. Going Willaston's way, so they'll be able to clear from defence. As we see Isaac Polton coming onto the ground for Willaston. That'll inject some pace into their side. He's running across. He could get on the end of this ball. Strong kick through the middle. Beautifully taken by the Willaston player. He plays on. He's caught from behind and taken down. And the umpire's paid a free kick going Willaston's way.
Yeah, a lot going on there. Absolute shambles from both teams.
And flying shot on goal from Willaston.
Brilliant kick by James Goddard.
James Goddard for the first goal for the Donnybrooks. That's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. But Joe will sell you a property just about anywhere.
We got Cole Thorogood coming off here, looking like he's done some sort of injury.
Looks like
Maybe
hand injury possibly. Might be a finger. That could just be a 5-minute spell.
He's looking in quite a bit of pain there after that chase down tackle. It might even be a shoulder injury.
Hopefully not. He's been in good form for the Tigers.
Yeah, brilliant pick-up this year. He's really adds to the looks of the team. He's also got pumped up biceps and basically every other muscle.
See a free kick paid here in the centre of the ground. Going Willaston's way, so Donnybrooks will clear through Michael Clinch. He goes long, well into the forward 50. Willaston players caught behind it, unfortunately. Ball pops out this way. Willaston player takes the ball. He's rammed into the ground immediately by two central players. Umpire Herman to ball up now. Botten gets the tap, but to no real advantage. Ollie Petroholis laying a heavy tackle there. Botten's tap down went straight in the direction of the opposition, Sam Walton. Good to see Walton out there. He's one of the true veterans of the competition, one of the great guys of the competition. I'd hate to play against him though, but off the field he's a good fella. As Walton now gets his hand to the footy, unable to control it. Gawler Central now with a long kick going forward. And a 25-metre penalty paid, so downfield free kick. Gawler Central player Just sells some candy on the mark with the handball. Kyle Worth in the pocket, deep on the boundary line. He sells some candy, but he's caught from behind after he gets rid of the ball. That's a beautiful goal around the corner.
Brilliant finish by Jared Jenner there.
Jared Jenner with the beautiful goal. That was really well done by the Tigers. They worked hard. They were patient.
Yeah. They definitely worked their way towards that. Didn't get an easy goal out.
Didn't get sucked into just going long to space. They worked the ball from player to player, just waited for the opportunity to arise. And that's another goal for Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. Warlock favoured Botten. Quick handball out for the Tigers. That's a good kick out of the air. That's beautiful soccer skills. Willaston player just happy to see the ball over the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in. Probably about 35 metres around from Gawler Central's goal. The Tigers still putting on a lot of the pressure here early in this contest. Haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard, but they've owned most of the possession. Free kick paid to Corey De Stefano. So he sends the ball deep. See a mark taken.
Dylan Bell with a minor score there.
He's wasted a golden opportunity there. Chris Bilney would have kicked that.
Who, sorry?
Chris Bilney. He's been exported out of Gawler Central several times, and he's probably his third club in as many years, but would be a real presence up forward.
Yes, he did steal.
Let's get closer.
Yes, he did steal Adam Beister from us this year, so he's got a lot to answer for, especially as an ex-club man.
Yeah, not really a great move. Probably a dog act, really. But that says all we need to know about him. As we see a Kyle Worth snap around the corner and missed everything. No, hasn't registered a minor score, so Willaston will be kicking in. Ash Fry looking for a target. Desperately trying to clear their back half. Haven't been able to do it for several minutes. Plays on, kicks down the outer side, looking for Waldhuder. Waldhuder presents, he's unable to mark. Teammate gathers the ball, he drives it forward, but hits the chest of a Gawler Central player.
Michael McInerney cutting that one off there.
McInerney's been reading the play very well. He goes with a short chip kick, hits the target, finds Mitchell. De Stefano, sorry. Stefano finds player in the middle of the ground.
Brad Pilkington hitting Cole Worth there with a brilliant kick. Go back from about 45 out.
This could be slightly beyond the hair helmet's range, but he'll give it all he's got. There's no wind to speak of, so he'll give it everything. He's given that a magnificent bang. Just touched on the line. That's good defending from Willaston. Could have easily let that go through, but that desperate jump just saved 5 points. And Gawler Central now getting to the point where they are desperate to put some pressure on scoreboard-wise. They've had a lot of possession. They need to make it count. Willaston coming down. Central player overruns the ball. His teammate picks it up. That handball goes astray. And Jamie Wegner bursting through the middle of the ground. Kicks it long into the pocket to no one. That's almost deliberate out of bounds, I'd say. But last touch rule means Willaston will have the kick in.
Looks like it hasn't been called.
Okay.
Going to play it on. Marked by Corey De Stefano.
And De Stefano, normally playing centre half back, he's been creating a lot of pressure up forward this quarter. So he's going to go back and have a shot on goal from probably 30 metres out. He'll be kicking. Very little angle to speak of.
Also an update on Cole Thorogood there, apparently broken wrist.
That's a big loss for the Tigers and a bad blow for a young man who's been having a good season.
Yeah, that'll be a few weeks off for him now. Well-deserved rest, I guess.
And DeStiffy coming in now.
That's a brilliant kick by him.
He's nailed that beautifully. That's a great goal for the Tigers, much needed. And another goal for Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs.
Yeah, thoughts going out to Cole Thorogood down there on the boundary, the Captain America of the team. Human Hulk, really. And hopefully quick, speedy recovery. Not what we need at Gawler Central, another injury.
Yeah, it's bad news for the Tigers. Probably a real bonus for Willaston. Currently the score on the Barossa scoreboard, Gawler Central 3-5, leading Willaston 1-2. See the ball into Willaston's forward line. No one able to claim the footy. Jake Asher just trying to pretend like he couldn't control that ball. Happy to see it go over the sideline. Getting a little willing now, and here's that fight that you almost laid odds on for Ross.
Yes. It looks like it's watered out between Jared Fisher and Zach Henschke there, but
it's probably an unfair fight there. Not the same weight category.
Definitely not. Zach Henschke plus size division.
See a strong tackle there. Wilson player ducked in at Waldherter, who was collected, taken down. Wegner. Sorry. Harrison McKenzie with a powerful tackle. Ball comes out. Strong mark taken. Ball kicked out to this near side. Long ball heading forward. That's a strong mark taken in defence there. Michael Clinch sweeping beautifully for the Donnybrooks. He finds a player further afield. They go down the field. That's a long clearing kick, beautifully taken. Now they've got some run on the Donnybrooks. That ball, quick transition into the forward line. Good defensive punch from Fisher. Player tackled as he was kicking it in the middle of the ground. Free kick paid down the ground and almost came off for the Tigers, but that mark dropped. That's a beautiful nailing tackle. He's got him holding the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Jared Jenner out there.
Jenner's been productive so far.
He's been everywhere.
The wind has picked up a little bit. He's probably got a slight breeze, a little bit behind him, coming across his right shoulder. Might assist in this shot on goal if he gets it right. Coming in now. Connects nicely. He's got great distance. Just floats across goal. Kept in play. And goes out. Last touch. Gawler Central. So Willaston trying to clear. That ball doesn't hit a target. Wilson player missed it. Got back. Got the handball. That little chip kick finds a mark inside the back 50. Handball over the top. Now they've got some room. Kicking to a contest. Central player in front, able to keep the ball in front of him. Tapped it to a teammate who's wrapped up immediately. That's a beautiful tackle from Willaston. Tyson Earlham just with desperation. Donnybrooks captain just gives everything week after week. Gawler Central now clear the ball. That's smother. And siren goes to end the first quarter here at Gawler Oval. Score on the Barossa scoreboard. Gawler Central 3-5-23, leading Willaston 1-3-8. Really interesting first quarter there, Ross. Neither team able to establish dominance, but Gawler Central with the majority of the play.
Yeah, Gawler Central definitely had most of the ball that quarter, but couldn't quite convert on the scoreboard with 3-5 there. But if they can keep that pressure up, it should be a good game for them.
Yes, definitely had the similar start to last week against South Gawler, where they came out and they had all the attacking pressure and forced the opposition to defend, but didn't put as much on the scoreboard this time around, and that could come back to hurt them.
Yes. Bit of a breeze that quarter too, so Willaston will be kicking with it this next quarter and see if they can convert with it.
Yes, unfortunately the breeze has picked up just a little bit here. It's dropped the temperature a couple of degrees. I'm glad I'm not the one wearing shorts.
Yes, only an idiot would do that.
Well said. But Gawler Central one player down already, with Kyle Thorogood coming off with a broken wrist. So a massive blow to the Tigers, not only for this game but for the remainder of the season. Hopefully it's not a season-ending injury, but it'll be very close to it.
Yes, just another blow to the sexiness of the team, really, which is quite annoying.
Which apparently without Ross Grady out there has taken a massive hit already.
This is correct.
So the wind really not so much favouring the left of the screen. It's almost coming directly into our faces in the commentary position at times. Sometimes it will drift a little to our left. So it's not a massive breeze giving anyone an advantage. I don't know that that's going to play a factor in the next quarter. Hopefully it will push most of the play to this side of the ground, which it often can here at the dog track. Beautiful banter in the crowd. The B-grade boys really getting around each other.
Yes, never a shortage of that here at Gawler Central. No love lost, of course.
Please have me.
A lot of fertiliser. And while we're in the quarter-time break, just something for you to consider. If you are looking at selling or buying a home somewhere in the future, definitely recommend Ray White Craigmore. Joe Cirillo's the man to see. Beautiful family business, and Joey's just a great guy who will be able to help you with your needs. Not just in the northern suburbs, he will sell you a house just about anywhere. If there's a house for sale in Antarctica, he'll sell it.
Yes, could sell water to a fish, they say.
Absolutely, and I'm sure he's done that. And probably got a really good price. But yeah, he's just a great guy to deal with. If I had some money, I'd be trying to get in touch with him and seeing if he could help me out with some investments. As we see Gawler Central breaking their huddle now. Willaston just taking a little bit longer. Andrew Jarman just trying to get through to his players. Probably demanding a little bit more effort. They were second to the ball far too many times in that quarter, and I don't think that'll be going down well. See the ball. The umpires are ready now. Willaston just breaking their huddle, starting to head to their positions. Ball up now, starting the second quarter. Central player drives on the footy. Sam Walton kept his feet. He's hacked around the corner forward. No one able to take that footy.
Good foot race out to the boundary there. It's like Sean Maher with the kick out.
Sean Maher really been productive so far. That good kick. It was a 2-1 run for the Tigers. The second Tiger got the ball, He had the Jamie Wegner skates on at the boundary in the mud, so he's gone to ground, and Waldhuter helped him out over the boundary line.
Yeah, it's Blake Lane down there, and Jamie Wegner right with him with the spray on Guernsey.
Waldhuter with the handball backwards for the clearing kick. Ball goes over the boundary line.
No love lost there.
Decent scuffle ensues in front of the Willaston coaching staff.
Looks like Corey Smith down there, and Jar's even getting involved. Get out of it, you old fella.
He's probably barking instructions because I don't think he ever was in a fight during his career.
No, he shouldn't be in one now. He's quite geriatric.
See a free kick going the way of Willaston. Gives the handball backwards. It's a good idea, that ball being delivered into the forward line. And that's a beautiful pass and a strong lead. Just held the space. Just a big, powerful unit. As we see, I think it's Lockie Elliott. The Guernseys aren't quite lining up with the list we've got. That shot on goal, not quite registering. So just offline for a minor score. Tigers looking to bring the ball back in now. Coming down the near side, so they're going aggressive still. Good to see. Botten under the footy. He creates a contest, brings the ball to ground. Wegner at his feet. He gets smashed in a beautiful tackle. And the free kick goes Willaston's way. That handball off was was barely a handball.
25 metres paid there. Not really sure what's going on. Out to Waldhutter though. Has a ping from 50 and he's gone 10 metres over the goal.
He's gone bang, and that's enough of that, he said. So that's the first goal of the second quarter to Willaston, and another goal for Ray White Craigmore, your premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. Probably an area the Tigers need to clean up, just those silly free kicks.
Yeah, we've given away a lot this year. A lot of 25s, probably most out of any team in the competition, I'd say. It's definitely something that needs to be tidied up. I believe it's even a fine now.
Well, it depends if Jamie Wegner's one who gives it away.
Jamie Wegner will take money off anyone for anything.
Yes, I've heard that. And beautiful handball from Wegner there. Gawler Central driving forward, no decent target to kick to, so Willaston able to clear immediately. Ball coming out and just beats those players over the boundary line, but too easy coming out for Willaston. That kick in really gave Gawler Central no chance.
And back to the fines there, I've also been asked to mention Kyle Worst, please pay your fines.
I'm not sure if he'll be watching this back if he knows that he's mentioned in that way. But Willaston, Waldhuter hunting the footy. He's really starting to look like he's got the scent in his nose at the moment. He's looking locked in. And he's a player who can turn the game very quickly. He almost got to that one. Wilson player's taken and he's put it into the ground.
Jamie Wegner really making Tyson Erland pay for that.
Almost been holding the ball, but Wegner not rewarded for that tackle. Earlham going in now, and he's driven into the ground head first. That's probably almost a dangerous tackle. Beautiful tap from Botten.
This game really heating up now.
Ball goes into space and over the line. So Gawler Central with the kick. They come down this near side. Ash Fry bodied his opponent under the footy. That kick around the corner, finds a target. Kyle Worst, Fat Worst.
Please pay your fines.
That's a beautiful kick. That is why Kyle Worst is so good. That kick gave only one player an opportunity to get to that football. if you're a forward, you had no other choice but to go where Kyle demanded you went with that kick.
Yes. Brilliant kick. Put it where he wanted Dylan Bell to run to. Dylan Bell, normally a good converter.
He's kicked truly. That's beautiful. You're clearly not the kiss of death, so I'll let you talk about the shots on goal from now on.
Yes, Dylan Bell, I've a lot of faith in him in front of goals, but he's normally up the other end of the ground anyway.
That's another goal for Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. And that brings Gawler Central back to a 2-goal buffer on the Burge Barossa scoreboard. End-to-end footy, this is exactly what people pay their money to come and watch. Ball up now. Willaston Ruckman gets the tap. Gawler Central first to it. The temperature's probably dropped another couple degrees in the last few minutes. But that hack out of the air goes to advantage, but Willaston able to clean up through Sean Childs. But marked by Gawler Central, so the ball will be coming back. Going long down the outer side. Strong mark taken from the Willaston player on the second grab.
Looks like clinch there.
Clinch there, so he's playing that sweeping role as he normally does.
Very good interceptor.
He goes long. Gawler Central player takes the mark. Just bodied his opponent under the bowl. Going long now. Plenty of Willaston players in the area. And Child's able to get the handball backwards. Just smashing the ball, looking for territory. No one able to take clear possession at the moment. A lot of desperation going on that outer flank. Willaston's starting to get their hands to the ball more in the ruck contest now. Mark taken in defence there for the Tigers. That is...
Looks like Michael McInerney there.
McInerney's been good. That's about the fourth.
Oh, wow, that is huge.
Taken.
Wow.
Great mark.
Jared Fisher has been taken out as he's been marked. Looks like Zach Mayvogel has copped him there.
Just watching the replay now. Here we go. Oh... That's not good.
That's quite dirty, that is.
That is really disappointing. We don't like to see that in the Barossa Light and Gawler.
And he's been given maybe a 10-metre free kick there, it looks like. Not quite 25, I wouldn't say.
Gawler sent back to the footy. Gawler Central moving the ball forward. Got a stop in play at half forward here in Gawler Central's half. So we'll have a ball up. Good underground handball there. Comes to Marr. He's unable to take the ball cleanly. Walton grabs the ball, stands up in the tackle. He's taken down. Umpire says no prior opportunity. Not sure about that. Botten takes the ball out of the ruck, hacks it around the corner. Cut off for Willaston. Donnybrook's just holding back the tide at the moment, it seems. That long ball into the forward line. Punch down. Gawler Central just hack that ball into the open. Harrison McKenzie chasing the footy. Willaston player dives on the ball, unable to take it. So we see a pylon ensue and we'll have a ball up in the forward pocket for Willaston. Actually, no, a free kick paid.
Looks like Tyson Erlin with the ball out there.
Should almost be within range. He goes long, gets under the footy. It's going to drop short of the goal square. And again, players just pile on the footy. They don't want it to go anywhere. We'll have a ball up just at the top of the goal square. Dangerous territory here. Gawler Central clinging on. That tap back. Almost got to Walton. He couldn't quite gather the footy. Ball comes out further. And we'll have another stoppage, another ball up, probably 40 metres out now. Gawler Central player grabs the ball, just a quick kick out. Unfortunately, Child's there to chop it off. He's been really good so far. He's having a strong second term. He drives the ball back in. That kick around the corner from Petrohollis falls just short of the goal square. And a snap goal for Willaston.
It looks like Jordan Cozzano there, the debutant.
Cozzano, the debutant. Congratulations, your first goal in senior footy. And
it's an absolute cherry pick. So
really
that one,
beautiful. Mate. That's exactly what he's there for. He's not there to be a massive target in the air. He's there to gain what he can and just get the advantage where he can find it.
Just pinch that out the back pocket, kick the goal.
So that's another goal brought to you by Ray White, Craigmore, and that's Willaston closing the margin to within 8 points. Willaston having the majority of the play so far in the second term. That looks to be the scoring end to the left of screen. See the ball up now. Probably favoured the Willaston ruckman, but Botten able to grab it. He kicks the ball straight up in the air. Willaston now clearing through Fry. No one able to mark that ball. No one really seemed to want to go at it. No, Ice Earlham and a couple of others stood there waiting for the ball to bounce in their favour. As we see a ball incoming now. And handball backwards to Wegner. Quick handball off. That's beautiful play. And it's a beautiful mark taken up forward. That's a great passage of play from the Tigers.
Yeah, Jared Jenner there with the ball. It's about 35 out. I believe he's a reasonably accurate
That was
shot.
a great kick from Pilkington that found him after a sensational handball from Wegner who put it in front. Pilkington didn't have to break stride. It's a great run of play for the Tigers. They need this to bring back momentum. Goal umpire doesn't have to do a lot of work. That's a goal. Jared Jenner with another goal. Is that his second for the day?
I believe so, yes.
You've given up. That's okay. Apparently 2 was too much.
No, I got one down.
That's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. Ball up in the middle. Willaston get the clearance. Deep into their forward line, and that's a free kick being paid. Holding on. So we'll have a shot on goal coming for the Donnybrooks now. That's Ollie Petrohollis getting dangerous in front of goal. This is what he does. He'll be looking forward to getting a few goals while Michael Howson's not out there. Petrohollis, normally a beautiful shot on goal. Be kicking from a very gettable range. Probably going to be kicking from the 35 to 40 metre area. Gets good connectivity. Just tut across for a minor score for the Donnybrooks. So a let off there for Gawler Central. Donnybrooks really have controlling the play in the second quarter. And again, like Gawler Central, not putting the score on the board. Ball coming out of defence, bounced off the Gawler Central player's chest, and that's a quick return entry for Willaston. Ball just rushing to the boundary line. There'll be a boundary throw in, probably 15 metres around from the Willaston point post. So the Donnybrooks just owning possession at the moment. Just waiting for that black and yellow wall to crack. Without Ross Grady back in defence, Gawler Central struggling a little to hold Willaston back at the moment.
Yes, he is a star.
That's just a rumour though.
That I started.
Someone's got to start him. Gawler Central looking to clear out to this side, but a beautiful spoil there.
Clinch really making Blake Lane work for that
He
mark there.
closed the gap beautifully. The speed of Clinch on display. Read the ball. Got there on time. Smashed it away. Gawler Central moving the ball up. Looking for Botten. Botten brings it down.
Brilliant grab by Corey De Stefano there.
De Stefano taken down after he handballed it, so he will receive a free kick. Gawler Central player looking for play on. Advantage, but it's got to bring the ball back to De Stefano. Big stiffy.
Looks like he's injured there. He's down on the ground at the moment.
Reaching for his ankle, he was, but he's up now. He's okay, Mum. Almost a mark taken for Willaston there, but stolen out of his hands. That kick around the corner. Finds Gawler Central player. He's taken the ground. Handball bounces out. Calls for a throw. Ash Fry now on his left. Finds a player nearly 50 metres out. So Willaston will clear this ball. He handballs to a player under pressure. Gawler Central have stolen that off him.
Brad Mitchell to Kyle
Brad
Worth
Mitchell,
there.
beautiful little kick to Kyle Worth. That's great defensive pressure from the Gawler Central forwards. Could have easily let that ball just flow out of their area and caught their breath, but they were willing to work and they've created something out of nothing. That's magnificent country footy. Kyle Worth just chipping sideways. Probably not the best decision as it's gone awry. Gawler Central player picks up the ball and he's ridden into the turf. There's a free kick going Willaston's way. They'll have a chance to clear the footy now. No, it's a throw up. Hack ball. Just goes high. Players under it. It's a mark paid for Willaston. Very courageous. Gives off the handball. Kicks long down the wing. And ball now just inside Willaston's forward 50. Going to be a boundary throw in. Willaston player thought he'd taken the mark, but it was over the line by the time he got possession. Botten just takes the ball out of the ruck and he's smashed into the ground. Really turning into a stalemate now, isn't it?
Yeah, both teams just trying to find a way to win the ball at the moment.
High up and under kick. Really
Brilliant
goes
use of the
nowhere.
body by
Players
Brett
take
Kennedy
it
there,
out
it
of
looks
the play underneath. Kennedy with a big bump on his opponent.
At the opposite end of the ground to usual. Also known as a pest of the BLG, the most annoying
And
player.
beautiful play coming out of the back lines there. Kyle Worst, Fat Worst as he's been called. Apparently goes pretty well on the fang from what I've heard. That's another good kick. And Ma coming through.
Oh,
That's
brilliant.
beautiful soccer skills from Ma. The tap to his advantage and then suddenly the quick little kick out of the air.
Blake
Doesn't
Lane
mind
with
a bit of kicky
pirouette
flop.
there. Blake Lane trying to get a pirouette, but turning like a tractor.
Hey, tractors can be graceful too.
Not this one.
Big hit out from the Willaston ruckman. Sam Walton gets on the end of it. Gets the handball away, but it's cut off by Wegner. He kicks around the corner on his left. Real pressure now. Ash Fry, the veteran from Willaston, with a strong tackle, just holding up a possible shot on goal for the Tigers. Desperation from the old man in red.
Jamie Wegner been a bit quieter.
Has been a lot quieter this second quarter.
He could be the difference here.
That's a shot on goal from the goal square. Rush, but it's a point. Minor score. That came out of nothing. Just Gawler Central just willing the ball forward almost. Just willing to get it forward any way they can. Just smash the ball, headbutt it, anything they can. It's
Yeah,
not
it's a real
pretty at the
scrap.
moment. It's desperate fighting footy. And as much as you say it's not pretty football, it's still good. Ash Fry really turning himself into a knot there.
Yes,
Lost
he
his
is
footing as
absolutely-
he turned.
He definitely pretzeled himself there.
Yeah, definitely. That did not look pretty at all. He'll want to see that on the replay, and he'll think that he's showing agility. That's a beautiful move out of defence. Strong mark taken there. Bevan Cross, another young player in the Willaston side. His ball going to centre half forward now. Lockie Reynolds got the ball, gave it off with a handball. Kick now lands in the hands of key forward, so he'll be taking a shot on goal from probably 25 metres out, almost directly in front, so should be no trouble at all. He's gone back and he's nailed that. So that's another goal for the Donnybrooks, and another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. Yes, Willaston, they are really soaking up a lot of pressure and they are creating havoc this quarter. Gawler Central got to be a bit worried that Willaston owning possession and starting to make it count on the scoreboard. As currently Gawler Central leading by 7 points on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. 5-6 to 4-5. Players fighting over the footy at the moment. Unable to clear the ball. Another ball up. Neither ruckman able to touch the footy. Hack into attack for Willaston. Clear and kick out of defence. Gawler Central out to the outer side. There's a mark taken.
Blake Marsden there.
Blakey now turns into the middle of the ground.
Brilliant use of the
hits
footy.
a target. That's good use of the corridor. That's attacking footy. He goes back out to the wing, finds Wegner.
Finds a magic man.
The bicep. He kicks the ball high and long into the forward line. And that's a beautiful attacking play. Finished off with a strong mark.
Jared Jenner here again. He's been
Jenner
very
lining
dangerous.
up for possibly his third goal for the day. That was Wegner again with another good entry. Jenner coming in. He looks like he might have hooked that a little to the left.
Got under that ball.
And Ross Grady pretty lucky he doesn't have to mark that down or try and count goals now. So umpires paid that as a point. Thought it might have been a mark in play. But Ash Fry to kick that out now. He's playing on now, going to the outer side. That short kick. Hits a teammate probably 48 metres from goal. Going down the outer wing, that's a juggling mark taken there. Tyson Earlham, the Donnybrooks captain. Desperate diving play.
Yeah, it looks like it's slowed down a bit here as we get to the end of the second quarter, approaching half-time.
Currently 25 minutes into the second quarter on the Ray White Craigmore time clock.
Ash Fry with the ball here, about half-back.
Goes to that short, piercing left kick, it's cut off.
To the pest.
Central
Brett
player
Kennedy.
couldn't take the mark, but he recovers, gains the handball. Another handball back. That kick now going into the forward line. Jenner under the footy, spoiled this time, but he's leading in the race to the boundary. Picks the ball up, quick handball back.
Go goal, son, go goal.
That is a beautiful goal.
Brilliant snag.
That is a great goal from Jakey Platt. That is probably the goal of the day so far.
It's a brilliant sausage roll, that one is.
Very difficult shot for a right footer, going against the grain of the goalposts. And another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. Gawler Central, it's not an understatement to say they needed that one just to regain their balance.
Yeah, that could be the booster that they needed here. Been a little bit quiet. Brilliant work by the two young fellas, Jake Platt and Jared Jenner down there.
And the scoreboard currently not correct here at Gawler Central. The score is actually 6 goal 7 to 4 goal 5 on the Barossa scoreboard. Handball goes astray. Willaston looking to regather now. And player grabbed the ball, but he's dropped it.
Overrun by Bevan Cross there, the man with the condom on his head.
Just rushed over the boundary, so we'll have a boundary throw in almost in front of the Willaston box. So nearly on centre wing here at Gawler Oval. Willaston Ruckman gets the tap, but it goes over the back. Mitchell, he's got that long kick.
Oh, wow, what a collision.
Two players collide, then Anna remarks the Willaston player is down. He's in trouble.
That is brilliant by Jared Jenner there.
Flying shot on goal. Jared Jenner is turning into a monster right before our eyes with another goal.
He's turning one on.
And we currently have Dylan Jones from Willaston. He's down after that contest.
Actually did a through-the-legs pick-up there, Jared Jenner.
That he is playing with a level of confidence that I haven't seen from many players this year. Everything that's coming his way, he is just seeing beautifully.
The only man with that sort of confidence on Gawler Central's side would be Brad Mercer, and he's not playing today.
Or perhaps Matt Knight.
Don't know how many balls he's picking up between his legs.
Or anything. If Chris Bilney was playing, he would have grabbed that. That's another handball out of the stoppage for the Tigers. Willaston with a diving effort now. He's dived on that footy. Probably grounds for holding the ball. Botten now with another tap. He's been magnificent for the Tigers so far today. Willaston with that ball out to Fry. He's moved up the ground now. Ball bouncing. Beautiful take there. That handball backwards. Fry again on his left.
Oh, brilliant smother by Pest Kennedy there.
That's excellent desperation work from the Tigers. And we've got a score from around the ground on the Barossa scoreboard. At half-time, Newry 8 goal 1 49, leading Kapunda 2 goal 5 17. See a boundary throw in and players just dive on the footy, so no clear possession. We'll have another ball up just outside the forward 50 for Willaston. As the siren goes to signal half-time here at Gawler Oval. On the Barossa scoreboard currently we
push and shove here.
Gawler Central 7 goal 7 49. Leading Willaston 4 goal 5 29. And players coming together, just exchanging greetings for the day. How you doing? I didn't see you in the first half. I was up the other end of the ground. How you feeling? A little bit of that?
Yeah, just the general Gawler communication there.
That's the language, official language of Gawler, isn't it?
That is. There's not many words spoken. And if so, not very nice.
Yeah.
Mostly push and shove.
As I said before the game, they are going to get it on because they don't get along.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it looks like Brett Kennedy was looking into the eyes of maybe Ash Fry there, and at one point
not so lovingly
did say, let's get it on.
Possibly something about him being a ginger.
Yes, I think he was questioning whether he actually has any hair. It's quite see-through.
That's really starting to get a bit low. I can accept you having a go at him for having red hair, but once you start talking about us who are losing our hair, that's enough.
I'm in that boat, so that's all right.
Gawler Central players looking pretty upbeat as they head to their change room at half-time. Oh, nothing is good. So, better players in that first half, Ross.
Yes,
for
Jared
Gawler
Jenner.
Central. Jared Jenner, he's turned into a monster before our eyes.
He has turned one on today, hasn't he?
He is keeping Gawler Central in the game almost single-handedly.
Jamie Wegner went a little bit quiet that quarter, and also Brad Pilkinson. But I think if they get firing again, then it could be game over almost.
Joe Botton, for me, is the catalyst for the Tigers. I think he's been sensational. His physical will to impose himself on this game cannot be understated.
Has such a presence out there, it's really hard to not notice him.
And Kyle Worth pops up at the right times for the Tigers, but a couple of the other players we want to mention, I thought Sean Maher's been good at times. A couple of other players have stood up under pressure.
Corey DeStefano and I'd say Brad Mitchell as well.
Michael McInerney's taken some good intercept marks, but yes, definitely DeStefano, the big stiffy.
Yes, the big stiffy, he's been playing all right. And I'd say Brad Mitchell off the half-back flank, he's been able to cut off a few and really brings a bit of speed into the team.
Sean Maher's gone really well at a few contests. He's put himself on the line. And for Willaston, I think in that quarter in particular, you saw Josh Waldhuter impose himself on the game and say, okay, guys, I'm going to lead, you can follow.
Yeah, absolutely. Him and Tyson Earlham just standing up and making their presence known. Zach Mayvogel taking a few marks down forward there.
Zach Henchy was good at times. Sean Childs came into the game in that quarter, as did Michael Clinch, both sweeping across half-back. They do that so well. They read the play and they work together as a unit. We saw a goal from the debut player, Cozzano, earlier in the game, but a couple of the Willaston players have really drifted out of the contest, and that's something that Andrew Jarman is going to have to address at half-time and get his players locked in and every player contributing.
Yeah, I'm not sure how thrilled Jars will be with that quarter, and they didn't really put it on the scoreboard too well. So,
no, much like Gawler Central in the first quarter, they owned possession for the bulk of the quarter, but didn't have the impact that they needed to. Now we'll take a break and we'll be back in the third quarter very shortly.
You had one job though. These guys warned me, and I thought they were exaggerating. He can't count to three. It doesn't matter. Even some backmen, the forwards can count. But some backmen know that they've got 5 goals against them, and then they punch someone in the head. That's doing a huge job to count. Most of the other players don't have to do it. Yeah, most of the other players don't have to do it. It's going all right. Going off the afternoon yet? Oh yeah, you can see the heat radiating up on it.
Just get some truck and you better move it while it's still going.
Yeah. Oh, you're supposed to bring that up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just got a message from a resident who's supposed to be on the balcony. But a comm tower is going into hypothermia.
Hopefully once actually get some serious semi-decent switching, you get 2K for that guy.
Good man.
That was a little bit. That helped a little bit. Not much. Not with that actually. put your fault out in the multi. I'll do some of that. Start going with the best one.
Welcome back to Gawler Oval for the upcoming second half of your live stream match of the day. Another bit of bad news for Gawler Central. Looks like Corey DeStefano, the centre half back, who's been quite active in the forward line today. He's got an ice pack on his ankle as he's limping out towards the bench for the second half. Looks like combined with a first quarter injury to Kyle Thorogood of a broken wrist. That's 2 down on the bench for the Tigers.
Yeah, Corey iced up there, the prehensile stiffy we call him. He's all iced up, finished for the day I reckon, which will be a big blow for Gawler Central here.
Big blow because it's another tall defender that you can't afford to lose at the moment. He's been very valuable in the air.
Yeah, a lot more work be put on Brad Mitchell here. Not that he can do much more than he's already done because he's having a cracker of a game, but off the half-back flank there without Corey, it's definitely going to be a tough gig.
Currently the Tigers on the Barossa scoreboard leading the way 7-7, 49 to Willaston 4-5, 29. So a 20-point lead at half-time. Probably really doesn't mean much in the terms of this game. Willaston have got the opportunity to get that back very quickly. And the left of the screen has been the scoring end all day, and Gawler Central going to that end in their third quarter, but they are going to have to build up a sizable lead before the fourth. What would the message from the coach have been at halftime for the Tigers? What do you think? What's on trend?
I think most of it would have been positive. Would have been just to not fade away here in this second half. Really keep the pressure on, especially that offensive pressure, lock the ball down. Would have been some good words said about Jared Jenner, I think. He's had a cracker so far.
Yes, he's been brilliant so far, and he's going to have to continue that in the second half. His confidence is sky high. And as we see the flag in front of us starting to pick up a little bit once again. Yeah, the flag picking up. It's coming still to the left of screen. It's not a massive breeze, but it is slightly favouring that end. It's been the scoring end all day, including in the reserves, which we saw Gawler Central get up over their arch rivals Willaston in the twos. So a good day so far for the Tigers. They'll be looking to finish off strongly with this game. And a win here for Gawler Central would be a massive blow for the Donnybrooks.
Yeah, Gawler Central definitely need the win today for their finals chances, and Donnybrooks really need it to go into next week's game with some confidence against, I believe, South Gawler. South
Gawler, yes, in their Indigenous round, which will be the live stream game of the round next week from Willaston Oval. Indigenous round, it's a magnificent concept brought on or adopted here in the BLG by those two clubs who have got a great Indigenous heritage at both clubs. Some great players have come through and represented both teams. It was actually interesting. Last Saturday morning, Keziah Pickett, the Melbourne superstar, flew over to watch his two nephews playing for South Gawler in the under-15s at South.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's what you want to see, really.
They played Thursday night. He flew over, I think it was Friday night, and came to South Gawler to watch his two nephews play. A lot of the kids in the crowd, it was a huge buzz for them to see an AFL superstar in his absolute prime just coming along to watch their junior game.
Yeah, he's had a brilliant start to his AFL career. He's really playing well. Always chuck him in a multi for an anytime goal scorer.
Yes, and gamble responsibly would be the term that I'm thinking of for the group behind us.
Let's put the house on him.
As we see the siren go and ball up for the third quarter. Neither ruckman really engaged the footy. They were quite happy just to nullify each other. And as occurs, we'll see a ball up once again as Sam Walton dived on that footy with Botten, just locking it up. Botten gets a tap this time. Josh Waldhuter there with the footy. He's wrapped up by Jamie Wegner. It was a bicep off there. Botten with a tap. Gawler Central player who took the ball, he's taken and wrapped up in a wrestling move. A lot of desperation going on out there now. Both teams needing to impose themselves. Botten with a big tap, trying to clear the contest. And a free kick paid, going Gawler Central's way. Play on. Ball goes deep.
Your man Jamie Wegner there with the clearance.
Just so impressive for a former fringe player.
Is he former though?
He believes he is, and we'll let him think that. Now, I may have made a mistake by forgetting how good he was before an injury last year, so that's partly my fault, but we're not going to let him know that.
Yes, he's an A-grade BNF award winner, and we'll never acknowledge that.
I would go so far as to say he'd be leading Gawler Central's best and fairest this year.
Yes, probably not. Probably not out of the chances for winning it this year, but I think Joe Botten definitely up there, and Corey DeStefano's had a brilliant year as well.
And Willaston now with the ball coming into their forward line. Straight through the hands of the Willaston forward. But that's a great crumbing goal. That's excellent work.
Yeah, nice goal there by Oliver Petroholis.
Petroholis, he's been fantastic all year. That's his first goal of the day, and that's exactly what the Donnybrooks needed. The first goal of the third quarter, and another goal for Ray White Craigmore, your premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. So first blood in the third quarter for Willaston. Exactly what Andrew Jarman would have wanted. It's exactly what Willaston desperately needed. Ball up again. Botten gets the tap too. No, he roves it himself, but he's smothered. That hack out of the air just falls short of the Willaston player. Gawler Central, the kick back, marked by Willaston. Not a lot of real composure at the moment. Both teams just slamming the ball on the boot. This ball going deep. Willaston player run under the ball by his defender. Waldhuter now on his left. That chip kick is really good. Just falls short.
Petroholis again.
Petroholis able to grab it and slam it on the boot in one motion. That's another goal. 2 in a row for Petroholis. It looks like he's going to be the spark for Willaston in the third quarter. That's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. But Willaston right back in the game now. 14-point margin.
Yeah, this is not what Gawler Central would have been looking for coming out of half-time. They'll need a lift here, put some big pressure on lockdown.
Definitely. They've got to find a way to, when they get the ball, actually use it meaningfully rather than just slamming it on the boot and hoping for territory. Willaston are too good at sweeping for that. As we see Wegner wrapped up by 2 players. Sorry, no, that was Brad Pilkington. Similar figure.
Very similar figure, both very thick.
Both quite circular.
Yes, yes. Walking ovals, really.
As we see a free kick paid, going Gawler Central's way.
Joe Botten with the ball again.
Botten now turns quickly, plays on. And
that's out to Wegner
good
there.
spoil. Wegner unable to mark, so Willaston looking to clear now. And just bashing through the contest there. Good handball off. Quick handballs. Beautiful play from the Donnybrooks.
Oh, it's a brilliant tackle by Sean Maher there.
Sean Maher just never gave up on that chase. Took him down.
Wrapped up there by Corey Smith. And probably doesn't need the human condom on his head for that tackle.
Probably did, really. His head did slam into the ground. Gawler Central trying to move the ball a bit cutely now. It goes awry as Waldhuter chips in. A flying shot on goal. It's offline, so that's a minor score. But Gawler Central trying to be a bit too cute there. Probably just should have tried to smash the ball out into the outer side. And I know I said I wanted them to, I thought they should be more careful with the footy, but I can have a bet both ways. I'm only in commentary. Central looking to move the ball now. They're going to go down the centre of the ground. They've been positive. That is a very ugly barrel. It tumbled. Maher took the ball. He's taken down in a crunching tackle. Going nowhere.
Not sure why Brett Pest Kennedy has decided to go for a barrel out of there and did not pay off at all.
Good tap. Goes to Pilkington. He's taken down in a massive tackle by Walton.
He's hit his head on the ground there.
He's come down pretty hard. Walton just throwing himself in as he's done for many years in a long and storied career. One of the truly great players in BLG modern history. He's captained his club with aplomb, and he's won a male medal. He's one of those classy guys you just need in a good team. And Pilkington now being looked at by the trainers. He's getting up. He's going to head to the boundary for a little bit. Possibly for a concussion test, but I'm not sure if it was that severe. Maybe just a little rest. Hopefully he's okay because there's already 2 down on the Gawler Central bench. Ball up now. Botten wrestling. He gets the tap. Willaston player came through on the fly. Unable to claim it. Botten ended up with the footy. Both Ruckman engaged. Botten with a clear tap.
Blake Lane with his first ever clearance there.
Kyle Worth got run under the footy. You see Sean Childs clean it up. Gets the handball out. That kick out to the wing. That's really good footy from the Donnybrooks. Jordan Cozzano, the debut player. He goes backwards and he finds Ash Fry. That's a smart move. Fry just calming things down. He's now heading back to this wing.
Sean Maher with some brilliant pressure there.
Sean Maher's been good in from the second quarter onwards. He's been a real live wire for the Tigers. That quick clean kick for the Donnybrooks comes off. The mark taken. Harrison McKenzie has been good so far today. Good strong hands. He drives the ball long and deep. Waldhuter went up. Couldn't bring the ball down. Gawler Central. Back handball. Well done. Player stops, props, and he gets up and under. Not an ideal kick. Kyle Worth nearly marked it underneath another player.
Jamie Wegner with a real
Wegner with a great spin. Handball back. That's beautiful play from the Tigers. Didn't panic. Started with Wegner, who was composed under pressure. Ball in the middle now. Joey Botten just kicks the ball into the forward line. That's a beautiful spin there from the Gawler Central player. Unfortunately, handball hit nothing, so Willaston now got the advantage. They're clearing. Good run on play. And a free kick paid. It'll be downfield. So Willaston with a free kick in their forward line. And that's thrown everyone off. So they've got a player on his own at the top of the goal square, and he marks. And he'll go back for, I think he's lining up for his third or fourth goal. Looks like Lockie Elliott, but I'm not sure because the Guernseys aren't listed in their correct numbers per player.
It may be Zach Mayvogel.
And he's got that. That's another goal for Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. But a really important goal for the Donnybrooks. They are coming hard now. They need to get an advantage and hope that they can keep Gawler Central dry for this quarter. So 1 point the difference now at Gawler Oval. Gawler Central with a 1 point lead on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. Willaston coming hard and hunting Tigers.
Kyle Worst being injected into the midfield there.
Probably a good idea. Just need to change it up a little bit. It's gone stale. Willaston moving the ball by hand. That fumble there puts him under pressure. Cross tackled as he kicked. Comes off though. Really good strong mark. That ball driven forward by Earlham. And that's a beautiful mark by the leading forward.
Yeah, it's a forward stream there, that kick. That is brilliant.
That is fantastic. As we see Zach Henty, the 100 gamer. He's going to go back and he's going to be kicking from probably 45 metres out. This is going to be a tough kick. Angle probably doesn't suit him. He's a right footer. Getting some advice from Jake Asher on the mark. He just drifts off to the left. To the right, sorry. And minor score. Jake Asher would be filthy that he wasn't able to stop that mark.
Brett Kennedy with a kick out again here. Hopefully he doesn't try another torp.
No, he doesn't. He goes with a drop punt and he gets great distance on it. Better than going for a torp. Gawler Central player crumbed the ball and kicks, but he's giving away a free kick for out on the full. Willaston chipping the ball into the middle now. Real danger here. Willaston unable to find a target with that.
Sean Maher with some shake and bake there.
Mate, Maher, that was a beautiful move. He almost shook himself out of his own boots. He found Jamie Wegner, the beast at centre half forward, who handballs off.
Tigers are out.
Kick slightly off the mark, but Ash Fry now with a quick up and under kick. This could be out on the full. No, just lands in bounds. And no, it was out on the full. So quick chip in for Gawler Central. They've got the ball probably 60 metres out.
Brad Mitchell goes long and deep to Dylan Bell there. Oh, Jared Jenner,
Ball
here he is again.
over the back.
Wow.
And there it is. Jared the Beast Jenner. That could be number 7, although we're not sure because Grady can't count.
Could be anything. We really don't know.
That's another goal for Ray White Craigmore, your premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. But desperately need a goal for the Tigers there, and that gives them a 7-point buffer. A 6-point buffer, sorry. As the scoreboard, my AV guy Sam, who's the best in the business, he's just keeping me on track.
Looks like Jared Jenner's come off the field here. I'm not exactly sure why. He's been the most dangerous forward for Gawler Central so far.
Maybe his foot sore from kicking.
Bit of leather poisoning, you think.
As Willaston get the clearance now. Kennedy in pursuit. He overruns the ball, falls to the ground. And Willaston player fell into him, so he receives a free kick. He brings the ball to the near side.
Brad Pilkington out here.
Big Pilks. He's now going into the middle, biting off a tough kick, but it's a beautiful kick.
Brad Mitchell finding the ball again here. It's so dangerous today.
That's a nice long kick into the forward line. No one able to mark, so we've got a stoppage right on the 50-metre arc, almost at the true centre half forward for Gawler Central. We see the Tigers ringing the changes now.
Brett Kennedy, the pest, out and about here.
Ethan Longaroo comes off. And Jared Fisher back on the field for the Tigers.
Oh, a bit of candy there from Dylan Pilkington. Goes for goals. Nowhere near him.
Hits the top of the square. That wasn't his intended target. See the ball now out on the boundary. Willaston taking the kick in. Ash Fry taking a mark in the back pocket. He's now taking his time, just looking for someone. Comes along down the line. Botten.
Oh, Joe Botten.
Botten read
Go,
that from
son,
about
go.
50 metres away. He was at it. He
Goes
plays on and he goes
long.
towards goal. It falls a little bit short. Mark taken there by, looks like Sean Childs.
Brilliant
He goes out
intercept.
to the outer side. Wildhooter's all on his own. He can take a bounce. He does. He
Listener
kicks,
out here.
looking for cross.
Bit of a foot race here. Michael McInerney, a very fast player, so
Cross unable to outrun McInerney, so Gawler Central regather.
Brad
Ball into the
Pilkington.
middle.
brilliant use of his body there. Pushing it to its limits.
Beefy Pilkington in the middle. He finds a target out in the wide.
Looks like Blake Marsden there.
A kick cut off by Willaston defender.
Oh,
He's
Dylan
now coming out
Pilkington.
this side, and there we
Brilliant
go.
cut off.
The other Pilkington, the slim Pilkington. Slim Shady Pilkington.
Slim, shady Pilkington. I like that a lot. Please stand up, sir.
Gawler Central just wasted the ball there. Willaston able to chop it off, forcing a boundary throw in on the half forward line for the Tigers. Must have come off the Willaston player's foot because it's been paid as out on the fall.
Kyle Worst going for goals. That is a brilliant snag.
Fatworth has kicked a goal. I wasn't even looking, thinking that he was going to be having a shot. I was trying to work out where he would pass to. That is a magnificent goal from the little man with a big foot.
Lovely little sausage roll from the rat there.
That is exactly what the Tigers needed, and the crowd are really excited. Gives the Tigers a 2-goal break now. That's really important. Little bit of clearance, and another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs, and that is a home-winning goal, almost. Willaston now looking for the clearance, tried to kick it off the ground. The Gawler Central player got his hand in there and put his body on the line. Could have had his hand kicked off, but it paid off. He's forced a stoppage for his team. That's desperate stuff, and that's exactly what the Gawler players want to see their teammates doing. It will lift them. Willaston tap there. That kick around the corner out of the stoppage.
Oh, Brad Pilkington out here on the wing. Run, son, run.
The not slim Pilkington. The kick forward. And boundary throw in forced on the outer side. The slim shady Pilkington probably might have kicked that a little better.
Yeah, he probably would have run a bit further too.
And everyone thought the play was over there. The Gawler Central player picked the ball up out of the stoppage and said, I'll take that. He handballs out, forces a rolling stoppage. And the umpire's blown his whistle, and a free kick going Gawler Central's way.
Looks like Jaden Denny's ball here.
Just looking to see what that was for. He was held after he let go of the ball. May have dropped the ball, but still the free kick going Gawler Central's way.
Oh, it's a
and
brilliant
that's
grab.
a beautiful mark taken.
Looks like maybe Jake Platt there.
Jakey Platt, who's done a couple of good things today, but nothing better than that. That kick was just to advantage. That's a beautiful grab. Probably the best mark we've seen for the day. And he's got a chance to do something really special for Gawler Central now. He comes in.
Goal umpire does not move. He's
Goal umpire is rooted to the ground. And that's a beautiful goal there. Platt mark of the day and a beautiful goal to convert. That is another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs and the only place I would go to buy land in Adelaide. But that's a vital goal. That gives Gawler Central a 3-goal buffer. We are now 20 minutes into the final quarter on the Ray White Craigmore time clock. And it's really starting to get worrying for Willaston. Now, Andrew Jarman must be trying to work out if he's got some hair left to pull out.
He is absolutely steaming down there. The glasses have come off.
And there we go, beautiful take. That's a great take and run there for Gawler Central. Brad Mitchell. Driving kick, just unable to be marked. Kyle Worst now with a handball. That kick forward, finds grass.
This will be a brilliant goal if he kicks it.
Flying shot on goal, goes across the face.
Dylan Bell down there fighting for it in a 2-on-1. That's a win for Gawler Central.
That is a really good win for Gawler Central because it keeps the ball in their forward line. It was a 2-on-1, could have easily been brought out down this wing. That's a really gutsy play, and that's the kind of thing that wins football matches that a lot of people don't appreciate.
Yeah, it's not easy doing that. Getting towards the end of the third quarter here, all players are tired. He's really put his body on the line there to win that 2-on-1.
So ball in now. Willaston get the tap. And Kyle Worst now earns a free kick. So luckily that ball will be brought back because it wasn't the best kick from Worst. So he's got another chance to make good on it. He's now looking to pass.
Could be Jared Jenner on here again.
There he goes. He's going across the face.
Joe Botton there.
Ball comes to ground. Botton gets to the ground
Out
first.
to Jared Jenner.
That ball flying back in and a mark taken for Willaston.
Wilson
in defence.
struggling to get it out of this defence here.
Not one player inside the forward half for Willaston, sorry. An absolute flood happening at Gawler Oval.
No one running for him here. Players are tired.
Big spoil. Comes down to a Gawler Central player. He's smashed into the ground. That's beautiful desperation from Willaston. Yeah, Willaston players really starting to walk now. There's not a lot of movement. They need someone to spark them as Gawler Central out of the pack.
Oh, it's
Bounce goes over
Jared
the
Jenner
top.
with
Jared
a snap
Jenner
on goal.
around the corner.
What a goal!
He has done it again.
What
Jared
a snap.
Jenner has become Brad Mercer today. It has been amazing.
It's a sight to behold. This is
He
brilliant
is
football.
turning on a show and a half here at the Gawler Oval. The price, everyone here should be charged an extra $2 for having come in today to see this. Jared Jenner is putting on a masterclass of small to mid forward play.
So we see a change in the ruck here. Joe Botton going back. Corey Smith in the ruck, the ex-Willaston player, who was formerly a Gawler Central player before that.
Sometimes I can't make up my mind either. As well comes out to this wing. Gawler Central under pressure here. Bevan Cross now with the footy. He's wrapped up and he is smashed into the ground.
Yeah, it's hard to get that peripheral vision outside that helmet there, so wouldn't have seen Pest Kennedy coming in.
It's like some racers don't run that well in blinkers. Some footballers don't either. That kick around the corner.
That's a brilliant grab.
That is a beautiful pass, firstly, but then a good mark. That pass was perfectly weighted that no defender could get to it.
Petra Hillis again.
Petra Hollis, he's a goal kicker. He will believe that he's got this.
He's gone with the Ben Brown run up here.
He'll be relishing the chance to kick some goals without Michael Housen out there today. They're both pretty competitive with each other.
He's only just finished walking back. It's actually at the other end of the field, it looks like, going back to Willaston.
Coming in now. This could take a while with the run up.
Ooh.
Goes with the drop punt.
He's walked 5 metres in. He's kicked it from 40 out instead of 20.
Kicked the point. So disappointing result for the Donnybrooks. And they needed that. They need someone like a Petrohollis who's an enigma of a player to spark them. Gawler Central moving the ball out to Asher now. He moves the ball down the outer side. Strong mark taken by Jamie the Body Wegner.
The walking bicep.
That's a good pass and a strong mark taken. Gawler Central moving the ball methodically.
Jared Jenner again.
Jared Jenner just turning it on.
He's tearing this game open.
That pass not quite as good, but it comes down to a Gawler Central player at the foot of the pack. His chip kick is cut off. Willaston now looking to move the ball. Cross with a clearing kick. He's gone for distance.
Out to a 2-on-1 here.
Well played by the Willaston player who moved the Gawler Central opponent under the bowl.
Well, that is holding the ball, umpire.
That is a magnificent tackle.
Brilliant by Michael McInerney there.
McInerney's been really impressive since quarter time. He has really stepped up.
A human M&M.
How many M&M references have we had today?
No, he's more of the food.
So we have got a stoppage on the half-forward flank in Gawler Central's attacking half. Tigers really putting the pressure on here in the third. And we are now over 30 minutes into the third quarter, so siren will go any moment.
Zach Mayvogel coming off real sore here.
Mayvogel really looks proppy.
He's been the star for their forward line today too, so it's going to be a real blow for him if he doesn't come back on.
Sam Walton with a massive tackle. He's been good today. Very defensive around the stoppages. He's done a power of work. Neither ruckman even close to that. They took each other out of the contest. The umpire let it happen.
Sean Maher away here.
That kick lands in the arms of Ash Fry. He's quite happy to
Jamie
gobble it
Wegner.
up. He kicks wide. He only finds Jamie Wegner. With those biceps, you can't get past him.
He's kicked to Dylan
Slams
Bell
the
here.
ball back into the forward line. 3 Willaston players against 1 Gawler Central player there.
Brilliant grab by the walking dog roll, Walt Hutter.
Old Hutter now, he's going to move the ball. Willaston player takes a mark just inside the boundary line. It's Lockie Elliott. Joey Botten just will not give in.
Yeah, he's really put his all in today, like every other week, but today he's been an absolute standout along with Jared Jenner. Brilliant second effort there from Corey Smith after the ruck.
Smith got his hand to the ball, negated that tap, but then suddenly laid the tackle. He's undersized in the ruck and he's probably being outmanned, but he's giving everything. Beautiful take there from Kennedy. He's dragged down and tackled over the line. So one of the boundary thrown in front of the Gawler Central's coach's box. Walton takes that ball, stands up through 2 tackles, just gets that right foot kick rolling forward. It eludes everyone but the Gawler Central defender. That was the strength and experience of Walton there, just to stand up like an animal.
Brad Mitchell slow to get up there. He's copped one in the throat, struggling a little bit.
And someone's just been put down off the play. Umpire saw it happen and he's paid a free kick.
Looks like Lockie Elliott giving away the free kick there.
That was dumb. There was a ball up for Willaston, 40 metres from their goal,
That was
and he's
blatantly
given away a free kick.
Stupid. It was not smart at all.
Ball smacked over the boundary line as a pigeon just tried to decapitate us. A lot of players around this contest. It's like an Oz kick game.
Sean Marr.
Marr's been fantastic. That bouncing ball eludes a lot of players. Willaston able to gather now. That kick coming straight back. Botten sets himself, and the siren goes. That ended up being a really good quarter for Gawler Central. Willaston started well, but they've got to be worried with how Gawler Central were able to pull away and make that gap.
Willaston really came out the gates hard there, but brilliant work by Gawler Central. Just hard running, got him over the line there.
Currently on the Birds Barossa scoreboard, Gawler Central 11 goals 7 73, leading Willaston 7 goal 8 50. So we've got a good strong margin of 23 points for Gawler Central going into the fourth quarter. That's what they need. The wind's actually almost swung around a little now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to the right of screen now, which will benefit.
That's the home ground roll almost. You've got to be pretty happy with that as the home team if the wind's following you.
Yeah, some say there's something suspicious about it, but
there's a lot of suspicious things here. We won't start on the wind. But really big efforts that quarter. A couple of players, big time. Jared Jenner has been fantastic all game. He did a couple of things in that quarter that were just not human. Sean Marr has been a wrecking ball for the Tigers. Jamie Wegner came back into the contest after a quiet second quarter. And Joe Botten, I think, has just really owned the ruck contest. And not only that, he's doing more around the ground than he was in the first half.
Yeah, I think also Brett Pest-Kennedy also stood up that quarter in the defence. He's gone the other end of the ground and just made a bit of a difference there after that shocking barrel attempt.
Well, he had to make up for it somehow, and I think he almost has made amends. He's nearly in credit, I think, but this next quarter is going to tell exactly where these two teams are at in terms of fitness, for one, heart for two, and coaching and tactics for three. Andrew Jarman needs to find a way to not just spark his players. It's going to take more than rah-rah. He's got to make a couple of moves to try and find a way to counter what Gawler Central are doing with some of their fast movement and just swarming forwards through the stoppages. He's got to make some moves to win this game for Willaston. That's what it comes down to.
Josh Waldhutter really just fighting his way through here, leading from the front. If a few players can follow him here, it could be pretty dangerous this quarter, Willaston.
Unfortunately, Willaston really lacking targets forward of centre. Waldhutter is the kind of guy that could go forward and be that target, but they need him around the stoppages at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately they've only got one of him, but they could definitely use more.
Sam Walton's been big for the Donnybrooks today. That third quarter he was brilliant. Laid probably 5 or 6 crushing tackles in that third quarter. But again, they need something to spark them, something to change the tempo of this game. As we see the Gawler Central coach now walking to the bench. He looks pretty calm and pretty measured. Andrew Jarman, he's got his head down a little bit. He's walking back on his own.
Yeah, I think Chad will be pretty happy with that quarter, with the way that Gawler Central
I
operated.
almost saw a smile.
No, not a chance. You never will. Not on the field. Probably more likely to smile than Jars, though. I'm pretty certain I've never seen Jars smile. Don't know if he's capable of it. But he must be steamy on the bench there. His glasses are off. They must have been fogging up a bit.
As we see the third quarter restart. And a free kick paid going Willaston's way. Quick handball back. See Tyson Earlham with that kick going forward. That handball goes a long way backwards. Back to Earlham. He's smothered.
Brilliant smother by Sean Marr there.
Wilson pick the ball up. They're going into attack still. Players taken. He couldn't get rid of the ball correctly, so he's holding the ball.
Looks like Jared Fisher with the ball there.
Desperation from Fisher. That was a great effort.
Hasn't got much movement forward of the ball.
He's coming down this near side wing.
Oh, Jared Jenner again. He is somehow flown in the air.
Ash Fry with a big clearing kick. No one able to mark. Kick around the corner there from
Zach Henschke, it looked like.
Zachy Henschke, the 100-gamer. And that's rushed through for a minor score for Willaston. First score of the quarter for the Donnybrooks. As we see Gawler Central moving the ball now. Mark taken just inside the defensive 50. Got big Joey Botten. He moves the ball down the outer side. That handball as they play on.
There.
Another handball.
Ethan
Beautiful
Lombard.
give and go there.
Lakey Martin is out there.
This kick into the forward line.
Jared
Looking for
Jenner.
Jared Jenner, who was behind that time. He couldn't manufacture anything.
Brad Pilkington.
Pilkington.
Up there.
They all tried to wrap him up. They couldn't get their arms all the way around him, but they did manage to drag him down. Botten now with the tap. Walton cuts it off. We'll have a repeat throw up almost in exactly the same spot. Botten gets his hand to it. Straight down to Willaston player. Willaston through the middle of the ground.
He is
and
hunted
that's a
down by Brad Mitchell
massive tackle from
Snuck
Mitchell.
up on him like a librarian.
Jeez, librarians aren't that creepy, are they?
Highly creepy.
You must be going to different libraries than me. Ball out of bounds in the forward 54, Gawler Central.
Tap down to Blake Lane's advantage. Pass it off to Dylan Bell. Snaps on the left foot.
That's a big kick off one step, just offline. Minor
Central
score.
Out of position here. Wilson took too long to get the
Ash
ball back.
Fry, not real sure where he's going to go. Ends up going down the outer side. The safe route just clears Kyle Worth's outstretched hand. Going down the outer side. Joey Botten, he had that ball a mile away. No one else had a chance.
Still not certain that there's only one Joe Botten out there. He is absolutely everywhere.
He's like a Time Lord. Good handball there from Waldhooter. Oh, there goes a, looks like a hamstring.
That is a hamstring done for Brodie Cormack there.
Cormac in full flight, and he is in all sorts of pain. That's a big hamstring. That's not just a 3-weeker, my friends.
He is in a lot of trouble there.
That's a serious hamstring injury, and I feel bad for him because hamstring injuries can be so frustrating. Well, as we were watching that, has transitioned down. Gawler Central now trying to defend. Will be a shot on goal coming from Lockie Elliott. No, not.
Looks like Zach Mayvogel.
Zach Mayvogel it was, and he's put that through for a goal. Really important fight back from the Donnybrooks there. And another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs.
Much needed goal there from the Donnybrooks. They've been very quiet. That could boost them a little bit, just be the goal that they needed.
Brings the margin back to just 13 points. Sorry, 7 points. So really getting tight in the fourth quarter. We are nearly 6 minutes into the final quarter here at Gawler Oval on the Ray White Craigmore time clock.
Wald Huddle running through the middle there like an absolute steam train.
Willaston now driving forward. forward was held after his first attempt at that, but not paid.
Jars does not look happy down there on the boundary, looking for a free kick, or he's doing the YMCA. Not very sure.
Not sure why he's trying to do the YMCA. That kick around the corner from Willaston. Didn't find a target initially, but Petrohollis
Looks like he's
found it.
there.
He's got one around the corner, and the Willaston player is down off the play.
Maybe.
Zach Hensky, the 100 gamer, looks down. He's up now. Looks like he's okay. So Gawler Central bring the ball in down the outer side. That's not worked out well for them. Goes over the back. Willaston now by hands trying to move the ball around. Desperation efforts. Cut off.
So the throw. Yeah, it's been
free
called a
kick
throw there.
paid. Going Willaston's way for a throw. So they'll be taking a shot on goal. Be kicking from at least 45 metres out. This could be pretty difficult. Barely any breeze to speak of. If there is a zephyr, it is in his face. And that's hit the point post on the full, so out of bounds. You kick in for Gawler Central. Oh, and Ross Grady has just shown me a photo of Kyle Thorogood's broken wrist, and now I don't feel so good.
That is a heavily broken wrist. You can't break it.
As someone who's had 4 broken wrists before, I know that they are terrible, and that's one of the worst I've seen.
Yes, that is a disfigured wrist if I've ever seen one. All the best to Kyle, and hopefully he gets a speedy recovery. I believe Pat Kitschke is listening and could even be with him at the moment.
That ball just stolen out of the contest. Slam forward, looking for Wagner on the outer side. He wasn't able to gather, but he smashes his opponent to the ground with a shove.
Jumps immediately on him. That is a lot of bicep to handle on top of your body.
Hope that guy's insured. Great handball down. Waldhuter with handball, getting the ball out of the contest. Let's see the ball. Umpire decides it's a ball up. Gawler Central play with the handball. Goes to no one. Willaston able to clean up. That ball forward. Finds a Willaston player in front. He takes the grab. Turns around. Immediately smashes the ball in. Finds Waldhuter, by the look of it, who managed to body his opponent out of the way, which is to be expected. And this is the move that Gawler Central needed. But this is the move that Andrew Jarman needed to make. They needed someone up forward who could be unstoppable, and this is the guy. It's a stutter step now as he comes in. Leans back. And offline.
That is not what they needed.
Didn't really look that good as he kicked the ball. Looked like he was leaning to the left. Chance gone begging for the Donnybrooks. Brings the margin back to just 6 points.
Brett Kennedy goes long out towards the far
Don't know
wing.
why he ever tried to talk, because he's getting great distance on the drop punts.
Yeah, give up on the talk, bud.
And ball comes back in quickly.
He's cut off it again, the pest.
Kennedy really having an impact back there. Been playing a goalie type role. He goes back down that outer wing. And only one player under the ball. Takes the mark.
We're going to whistle here. What's going on? Someone's down.
It's got a Willaston player down.
Maybe clinch out there? Hard to tell.
No.
No, it's a ruckman for Willaston. High fly from Botten. It's a brilliant grab.
And that's a goal kick from Willaston. Great crumbing goal.
Maybe Tyson Erlin, possibly.
I'm just going to watch this on the replay because I didn't quite see that. Yes,
Yep.
Tyson Erlin, beautifully crumbed. That's a great midfielder's goal. And it's a great captain's goal for the Donnybrooks. Just what they needed.
Yep.
And it's another goal for Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. And anywhere in Adelaide, if you want a property, Joe will look after you.
Yeah, we have a real game on our hands here now. This is getting a little bit tight.
Back to a 9-point margin in Gawler Central's favour.
Brad Mitchell in the middle here. That's a huge injection for Gawler Central.
Hack ball forward for Willaston off the deck. Central player gets underneath it. Handball forward. No one able to gather.
Dylan Pilkington, nice little grab there. Gets it forward to Jared Jenner.
Jared Jenner just came from behind and flew past his defender. His confidence levels are through the roof. He knows he can get any ball he goes for today.
He's at the moment the human soap bar, giving his defender an absolute
There
bath.
are not many days in your footy career where you are feeling like this, and he is having a day where he knows that if he goes for the ball, it's his.
He's kicking from about 50 metres here. Big kick.
Distance is not an issue.
Gives
He's
it
given
all
that
he's
everything.
got. That
That
is
is a massive goal. And the little bit of wind did help him from left to right. That is a brilliant goal for Jared Jenner, who is dominating this contest. He has grabbed it by the throat and said, "You're my game."
He has given his defender an absolute bath today.
And yes, definitely, clearly not shower stalls. He's able to give his opponent a bath. And that's another goal for Ray White Craigmore, your premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs.
Looks like another injury here for Gawler Central. Joe Botten has limped off and Corey Smith's gone into the ruck.
That's a big, big loss for the Tigers because Botten has been huge all day for them.
It's a huge blow.
Huge Joe. And that ball straight out of the middle. You see the absence of Botten. Gawler Central unable to stop that. That ball banged forward, and Josh Waldhuter, the X Factor, he's now got the ball with a chance to hit back for the Donnybrooks. As we see another Gawler Central player coming to the bench. That's a goal for Waldhuter. That's another goal for Willaston, and this is an absolute belter of a game at the moment. And it's another goal for Ray White Craigmore, your premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs.
Yeah.
Currently 15-point margin in favour of Gawler Central and a 9-point margin. Sam just hasn't quite got up with it.
Could we see Jared Jenner kick another goal here? He's been a brilliant late season recruit by Bo Thomas.
Well, needed to replace Bo Thomas, who was your best forward.
An absolute star in the making and loves a sausage roll.
So do I. Ball just hacked out of the pack there for Willaston. Gawler Central able to cut off.
Brad Mitchell on his left boot there.
Mitchell on his left, not real pretty.
Nice little hospital ball for his other players.
Willaston player got his foot to the ball. It's gone backwards. Might come off for them here. They've got the ball going down the outer side. Just by hands, they're able to bounce it through. Another good handball. Sold a player into trouble. He's wrapped up in a massive tackle. That's excellent desperation.
Very rare missed handball from Jake Asher there. Won't see that very often.
He is getting old, though.
Still a very sexy man.
No comment. And Josh Waldhuter with a kick out of the stoppage. Just offline for a minor score. The Willaston player who was going for that ball hit the deck hard. He's still down.
Can Brett Kennedy finally hit a player? And he has. Brilliant.
Beautiful short chip into the pocket.
Looks like Jared Fisher there.
Now this next one is an important kick.
Kyle Worst and a
Kyle
one-on-one
Worst
out
outsized there, probably not the best target for a one-on-one.
That is a win from Gawler Central's there.
They forced the stoppage, almost on centre wing on the outer side. We are nearly 16 and a half minutes into the fourth quarter on the Ray White Craigmore time clock. Willaston going forward now, throwing everything at the Tigers. That ball hits grass, goes out of bounds, and from the last touch rule, I think that might be a Gawler Central kick. Bringing the ball back in now. Big pack goes up.
About 3 Willaston players have marked that.
Three
and
players
not one
tried
has
to
been
claim
called.
it. No one was actually paid. Comes down.
Brad Mitchell with another little handball out towards the wing there. He's been very good for the little clearances so far this quarter.
It's in both teams just throwing players around the contest, not giving any space.
Gawler Central have 2 extra back here in Jake Asher and Brett Kennedy.
That ball hacked around the corner. That's a
brilliant
big
grab.
mark taken by the man Josh Waldhuter, the guy that we talked about at three-quarter time. He was the guy we thought could be the one to turn this game, and he is. There's no one back in Gawler Central's defence currently with players out that can handle Josh Waldhuter one-on-one.
It's taken up on top of Pest Kennedy's shoulders there. That's a brilliant grab. As Blake Lane comes off the
Coming
field.
in now for what should be a simple goal.
And he's kicked another one. That is big for Willaston.
That
very
is
big.
huge from the big man. It's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs, and probably one of the most important goals of the game for the Donnybrooks.
Brings it down to a 3-point game, I believe. It's getting very tight here.
Real tight scenes, a lot of tension in the crowd here, a lot of tension in the commentary area. I know you're a bit worried right now.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, celebrations are a lot better when you win.
Joey Botton being off the ground is a major worry for the Tigers at the moment.
Looks like he's back on the field now. He's back in the ruck here.
This is huge
It's exactly what Gawler Central's needed.
because his absence in the marking contest for the last 5 minutes has been a big problem.
And he's won that tap straight
On
down
the
to
down to Chunky Pilkington.
Brad Pilkington. Brilliant.
That ball forward,
Oh,
gave
Kyle
Kyle Worst
Worst, brilliant
every
grab.
opportunity. He got to the front.
Look for Jared
the
Jenner.
mark.
There he is. There he
It's gone
straight
through
his hand.
Jenner's hands. It's the first thing he hasn't held for the day. But he's backed up by a teammate who lays a desperation tackle. And so ball up 15 metres from the Gawler Central goal. Ball tapped into space. Worst now trying to get it. He picks it
He's
up.
sold a bit of candy.
Kicks
shake
it
and
on his
bake,
right.
And that is a brilliant snag. If
That is a Kyle Worst
He's missed it.
frat worst miss. That is a minor score, but that could be important the way this game's going. Any score is going to be important. Ash Fry going for distance.
Blake Lane there with the
Lane cleans it up, kicks forward. He's found a marking target.
Ethan Longer, it looks like.
Ethan Longeru, how do we pronounce that?
Don't worry about it. It's a nightmare of a name.
And if he kicks it, you might have to learn it.
With Brett Kennedy running past with a very Stevie J-like ask for the ball.
He's been denied. Longeru. Distance wasn't the problem. Just the wind has just picked up and is now roaring into our faces.
Sean
So
Maher to cut this off here.
dragged it.
Oh,
So good mark taken on the second effort.
great grab.
Little short kick coming
Missed
this
that
way. Chunky Pilkington with a big fist.
He's been brilliant today.
He's been chunky. This game really on edge now. Both teams, you can tell they're out on the feet. No one is jogging around this stoppage.
It's a horrible throw-in, but goes towards Gawler Central.
That hat
advantage.
kick goes forward for the Tigers.
Even worse bounce,
Bounce
there.
as well.
Lungaroo to himself.
Lungaroo just threw it up to himself. Good hands back to Fry. He kicks around the corner. That's a really strong mark taken.
Lockie Elliott.
Lockie Elliott, the big chock. Kicks forward.
Oh, he held that for a while, but wasn't
Nah,
paid.
put down by the Gawler Central defender. Big mistake.
Jamie Wegner there.
Wegner's gone back deep.
And, he's just run through Henschke, it looks like. Nothing stopping him there. Some unclean
Looks
skills
like
here.
Chappie may have taken... Chad might have taken the bold move of putting Jamie Wegner back into defence.
Jenna! He is huge!
He has been unstoppable. He is a freight train right now.
From almost the exact same position as he kicked his last goal.
But I was just saying that looks like the Gawler Central coaching team have put Jamie Wegner back to try and nullify Josh Waldhooter. Bicep versus bicep.
Bicep v bicep.
It's
Real
a
arm
heavyweight
wrestle.
clash.
Real arm wrestle.
All arm. As Jenner goes back and he
He's
has...
another one. Get around him.
He is putting on a masterclass.
Jenna, you little beauty.
Everyone here today should have to pay for the coaching clinic that Jared Jenner is putting on.
Lock him in for a best on ground performance here. This is huge.
3 votes, Jay Jenner.
That's what Gawler Central needed there.
He has been magnificent today. I haven't seen an individual performance like this in many a year. This is almost a 4-vote performance. That gives Gawler Central a good, strong lead. Currently on the Birds Barossa scoreboard is Gawler Central 13 goal 10, leading Willaston 11 goal 11.
Willaston streaming forward here. It's a big grab by... Is that there? Somewhere in the 29 that's not actually on the list.
No, the Willaston Guernseys have not been matching up with players today, so unfortunately we can't give you accurate calls on some of these guys.
And I thought I was the one who couldn't count. Someone needs to be fired there.
And he's gone back and he smashed that through the middle. He didn't take long. He backed himself in. That's confident play, and you need that.
That's a very quick reply from Willaston there.
And on the Birds Barossa scoreboard, from around the ground, we've got a final score from Nuriootpa. Nuriootpa 15 goal 6, beat Kapunda 4 goal 5. It's a big win for the Tigers, second week in a row.
Yeah, Nuri looking quite dangerous at the moment.
Willaston looking dangerous on that last play. They're going to look to repeat that.
Siren could blow any minute here.
No, still got a bit of time. We're only nearly 25 minutes in on the Grey-White Craigmore time clock. We'll have a little bit of time on in this quarter, not a lot. Players unable to get under that ball. They underran it. Ball tap
out here. Get it on the boot, son.
That kick finds no one in particular.
Kyle
Worth
Worth
was the one who was able to get back on it.
Jenna
Spun
again.
beautifully. Jenna sort of kept it in front of him, but didn't let the ball get out there. That's almost as good as getting possession. At this stage of the game for Willaston, they needed to clear that footy. So Jenna was able to kick the ball in the area. Willaston Ruckman with the tap comes down.
Willaston v Willaston in the ruck there. That was
Botten was wrapped up by 2 Willaston players.
Botten easy win in the tap there, straight down to Blake Lane, who was recently single.
Lane tapped it to someone else, like he may have done with that relationship. Petroholis steaming through that contest. Couldn't pick it up by hand, but he
Big
got it
grab
by foot.
Henschke.
Henschke wheels around, kicks it long.
So Michael McInerney.
McInerney put himself under that footy. Waldhuter was coming and he didn't care. He just put himself there and said, it's my bowl.
Only a 5-point ball game here. It's really anyone's game. Dylan Pilkington away there. Had a lot more time than he thought. Down to Jared Jenner.
Jenner, ball comes over the
Go,
back.
son.
He's controlled it. He's picked it up. Runs. Jared Jenner, you are a genius. Jared Jenner is absolutely on fire. Don't call the CFS just yet.
That is huge.
That is one of the biggest goals of the day, of the year for Gawler Central. And another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. But I can't believe what I'm seeing here, Ross.
Put your Ray White, Craig Morehouse on Jared Jenner for best on ground today. He's been unbelievable.
He's had some help. The midfield has been really good. This last quarter, Gawler Central have gotten on top in the middle, and they've been feeding Jenner, who's just starving. He is feasting on this like an Ethiopian kid.
Many, many snags for Jared Jenner today. Wilson with a quick clearance there, down to Henschke again. Cut off by Corey Smith. Brad Pilkington with a quick kick out to the wing. It's all Willaston there, but Sean Martin with the pace.
Just the oval-shaped bowl eludes everyone. Comes back in. Willaston get the bowl. Off by hand.
Gawler Central
Ash
hunting.
Fry with a kick. He's found a target in Henschke. Henschke's been good today in his 100th. He's gone long towards the goal square.
Waldhutter here. He's very dangerous position.
Found a player at the front.
Looks like maybe Earlham with that quick little snap off the boot.
Umpires having a conversation. Goal umpire looks like he wants to call it a goal.
I think he's asking if it's touched.
I think the field umpire indicating it might have been touched, so it's a behind for Willaston. Not what they needed. They desperately needed a goal. They thought they'd created it. But that takes a little bit more time off the clock, which is what Gawler Central were hoping for.
Very precise little kick out.
We are nearly 27 minutes into the final quarter, so siren could go at any moment. Mark taken for Willaston. Going to drive this ball deep.
This will be cut off here by two Gawler Central players.
Ball bounces.
That's a goal there to Waldhutter.
Waldhutter has almost Jackie Chan that. Grabbed the ball probably about 8 feet in the air. Throws it in one motion down towards his boot. And with the kicking action, has managed to kick a goal.
That's a much needed goal there from Willaston. 4-point ball game here. Looks like Gawler Central getting numbers back.
So next goal wins.
Only really Kyle Worst and Jared Jenner down forward for Gawler Central, which is honestly still a lot to handle. Big tap from Joe Botten there.
Ball comes out. There goes the siren. That's a massive win for Gawler Central. That
huge.
keeps their season on track. They are alive. There's still a chance for finals with a lot of players coming back from injury. That is the Jared Jenner win.
That is huge. That is huge. Jared Jenner, best on ground, easy today.
I'm
Huge
almost
game.
speechless. I have not seen an individual performance like that in a long, long time, Ross.
Yeah, we'll be making sure to celebrate hard tonight. I believe discounted beers over the bar tonight as well, which is another massive win.
That is a big win for Gawler Central. And they managed to keep ahead all day. I don't think Willaston actually led during the day, and Gawler Central has sent a message to the rest of the competition that they are still a force to be dealt with, and no one can take them easy.
Yeah, this shows that even though 90-point loss last week against South Gawler, they are very dangerous coming into the latter part of the season.
There's a lot of heart shown out there. Players who put their body... Sean Maher, for me, I think was an unsung hero in this game. He had some efforts that simply cannot be underestimated.
Yeah, Brad Mitchell and also Sean Maher.
Chunky Pilkington as well. I think he was really good when it mattered. He put his body on the line, and Michael McInerney with some great marks going back with the flight of the ball. One when Wildhooter was steaming at him in that last quarter, showed a lot of courage. But Joey Botton was probably the second most important player for the Tigers for the day. In fact, close to the most important.
Can't forget about Bicep Wegner's first quarter either. That was huge for Gawler Central's ego.
First and third quarter were pretty good for Wegner. Other than that, probably a bit fringe.
He is a fringe player, so that's very understandable.
But Kyle Worst, couple of big moments, a massive goal in that third quarter from the boundary. That was one of the highlights of the game. But Jared Jenner had mark of the game, goal of the game, player of the game. It was his game.
All-round performance from Jared Jenner there. I don't think he'll be paying for a single beer all night.
And nor should he. And in fact, probably his fines for the season should almost be forgiven after that game.
Absolutely.
But yes, brilliant effort, and Gawler Central with 2 players down on the bench. That's a massive, courageous effort from the Tigers. So that's our wrap from the match of the day here at Gawler Oval. For Willaston, I thought Sam Walton battled hard. Ash Fry was great in defence. He was the last line and saved them a lot of times. I think he was probably close to their best. Wildhooter was pretty good at times. A little quiet in the first half, but probably not enough players for Willaston standing up when it mattered.
Yeah, Wildhooter definitely a standout for Willaston today. I think those dog rolls he got yesterday was definitely helped a lot. And I think we'll be seeing Jared Jenner get best on ground here, and the cup being presented to Gawler Centrals.
As we said, it's a massive rivalry game.
Captain of Gawler Central, Joe Botton there, getting given the cup. No one can hear a word that they're saying. It's very intimate. Almost sensual.
Well, that brings a close to our proceedings today. Thank you for tuning in, and next week we'll be coming to you from Willaston Oval for the clash, the rematch of last year's grand final at the venue of last year's grand final. South Gawler taking on Willaston in what will be Indigenous round. It will be a great round to watch, and a lot of passion, a lot of history and culture for the day. So we hope to see you tuning in then. Thank you.